This is a box. Nice.
Wait, box product? I already know what this is. Product placement video. Click off this thing, dude. No one cares. But wait, there's a cool coupon code. Oh my gosh. Stupid influencers. I'm actually not getting paid for this, so now you can think these things and reviews are all very authentic, right? Oh, here we go.
The Qubit cell. In today's video, I'm going to be unboxing this, setting this up, and talking about a little bit behind the solution of Qubit. We'll just see what this is like and set this thing up to see, well, we'll see what happens. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so the Qubit cell, here it is.
Okay, what is a Qubit cell? It is a crowd-funded, personal, private, zero-trust cloud storage device. Oof, that's a lot of buzzwords. Used to host and back up any files on your network and can be accessed online. Storage solution is very clever. It's a distributed peer-to-peer way to store your files. More information on this in a few moments. Of course, full disclosure, the team over at Qubit did send me this Qubit cell. They're not paying me to say something good about it, so all of my thoughts here are authentic. Once you open the Qubit cell box, you get the Qubit cell device, the power cord cable, and the Ethernet cord. Setup process is simple. Plug the Ethernet cord into the router and the power cord into the power outlet. Then go to web.qubit.io/sign up, register a new account with Qubit, then download the Qubit installer, which allows you to interface with the Qubit cell.
So, okay, instead of uploading your files into Google Drive, Dropbox, what you can do is upload your files onto this Qubit cell. How this works is you first encrypt all of your files with an AES key on the client side. This is then uploaded into what they call the coordinator, which breaks your files into microsegments, or what they call shards. Each of these encrypted shards is then dispersed among a peer of Qubit cells, and when you want to, say, go and get the file back on your device, the coordinator takes the heavy loading and routes your files through the best possible path.
Qubit utility has been downloaded here, and it looks like I need to claim my cell. So let's click this thing and see what happens. Okay, it looks like the Qubit cell has been claimed here. I got the 512 gigabyte one, but there are also ones up to, I think, 5 terabytes. There is a feature where you can actually add in your own external hard drive so that you can add in extra storage. So if you want to do, another 2 terabytes, just get a 2 terabyte hard drive. Let's see how this works in a basic sense. I will upload some random file to this location and, all right, the process of uploading a file is pretty self-explanatory, but the really cool feature is once you upload the file, say through your desktop, you can go on your mobile phone, go to the web app, and you have access to all your files. And this is one of the nice features of storing your files in a Qubit cell compared to using an external hard drive. Now you may be wondering, why not even just use an external hard drive, back up your files, put it away, and call it a day? Well, that's a great method if you want to just have an offline copy of your files. However, the Qubit cell is made for privacy, security-centric people, where you may need to access your files throughout the world wide web of the internet. If you don't want to place your trust in a central authority such as Google, Dropbox, or any of the other third-party cloud providers, you can use a Qubit cell or the Qubit cloud, which is the cloud version of the cell device.
The technology behind the Qubit cell is pretty cool. Even though it's a little buzzwordy, I think it actually does provide the privacy and security that a Google Drive, for instance, doesn't provide. There's actually a recent example that comes to mind where Google Drive can be a single point of failure and is terrible for privacy. And although we all use it, you have to consider this when you're, say, backing up files or you're just storing files in the cloud. I'll leave a video describing what happened in the situation below, but to summarize, long story short, what happened is a couple had some sort of involvement with stealing $75 million worth of Bitcoin back in 2012 within a Bitcoin crypto exchange. Now, for the longest time, this Bitcoin was sent to an address and it hadn't been touched. So up until a few months ago, the stolen Bitcoin had been sitting in its crypto wallet address because all crypto exchanges, or major ones, decided to ban the Bitcoin so it couldn't be converted back into a fiat currency. Anyway, they have all of these crypto wallets that they've been trying to route this stolen Bitcoin and get it back into a fiat currency. But guess what? All of these Bitcoin wallets had been stored not on some sort of secure location. All of these crypto wallet addresses had been stored on an Excel file, and guess what they were uploaded to? Google Drive. And the FBI found this, found literally all of the crypto wallets that, had all of this fraudulent money and laundering going through. And basically, long story short, that is a single point of failure, and really something that could have been prevented on that couple's end, but I'm not trying to promote their safety.
You could say that this couple had poor security hygiene. All they needed to do was encrypt the file on their machine, upload it to Google Drive, and this entire situation would have been averted. Wouldn't you just want to have this done for you? I'm not saying that Google Drive doesn't encrypt their files on their backend. However, the Qubit cell works in a fashion where it's zero knowledge. It has no idea. You're not uploading your data to a central authority. It is decentralized, which is pretty cool. It's something that's a little bit more unique compared to Google or DropBox. All right, now you're probably thinking, this is just a sales pitch, all right, at this point, but I actually do want to give kind of my review and feedback. After a few weeks of using this device, here are my thoughts, both pros and cons, and something to keep in mind while moving forward if you're really considering a backup or some sort of cloud storage device.
Alright, so it's been a few weeks since I have installed my Qubit cell. What do I think about it? Overall, it's been a really easy experience backing up my files as it should be. So there is a few thoughts to consider if you are going to invest in a Qubit cell. The first one is this is a crowd-funded project, so it's still in its infancy. I really think that supporting a project like this that places your privacy and security at the forefront of their mission, something that's worth supporting. And not only do you get, the privacy and security, but you're helping a project such as this one right here in front of me, really develop itself. So you just have to keep that in mind with the different applications, such as the mobile app still being developed. The only other thought that I have here, and something that's very nitpicky, but it's also just something to consider, is that if you're gonna have this Qubit cell in the same room, it makes this little ticking noise. And it's a little annoying, especially if you are in the same room where you work all day. For me, I have my router in a completely separate room. This is just something to consider if you like to have a completely silent room. You will hear this thing in the background just a little bit, just kind of doing a little ticking noise. It's nothing that big of a deal. So like I said throughout the video, there is the Qubit cell, a one-time payment fee, and you can always, of course, add that external storage device. There's also what they call the Qubit cloud, which is the cell device of the cloud, so you can have access anywhere that you want it to be. So yeah, like I said, there is a coupon code that you can use to get this Qubit cell for a discounted price if you are willing and wanting to support a project like this one. That is my take on the Qubit cell. If you find this video interesting at all, well, now you know. So until the next time, yeah, have a good day, and well, yeah, see you in the next video.